volatility 25 year. So what you need to understand is whenever the market tends to be like this, you just need to take your time and draw a little bit of some tension and it. So iwewe zvaunofana kuita handiti kana uchida kuanalyze market pane nonzi market structure shift sentiment handiti ndo zviri kunzi market iyi payakatanga yaimuvha in which direction to which direction, because as you can see ndikadraw trend line rangu panapa. Let's say ndadraw trend line rangu panapa, unozoona kuti market yaimuvha yaimuvha from the uptrend and payakanoswitcha apa and payakanoswitcha apa the market broke out of the uptrend. So meaning to say this one we call it what? A change of character, because the character changed from the uptrend to the downtrend, right? Are we getting sense? So this one can be a proper confirmation for you to take sales, the break of the trend. Because if I go and highlight there, if I come here, the highlight up, trend raka break you up, and it's raka break you. Trend line up, arina ku break you. Adwaka zama ori break, and it's apa arina break you, and go apa arina break you. So this clearly shows you kuti you should have proper confirmations of how the trend was broken. There are no break up, are no break up, are no break up. Raka break your up because raka buda and it. But rabuda ndo baratos no change character. So what am I saying? What am I saying is a trend line is a key confirmation for you to take a good end, or is a key confirmation for you to look for what is going to happen in the market in the next stage. And are you getting the sense? And also the market tends to move in a retest mode. The market tends to move in a what? Retest mode. Let's say this was the break of trend, but as I can go there, I can also come here and put a what? High probable and point of interest here. Let's just move like this. Let me put my high probable point of interest here. I want to show you how the market retests. The market can retest on a trend line, and or it can retest on a high probable point of interest, which can be a supply zone, again, or a demand zone. Once I see the market there, it breaks out of that zone, then it tried to retest there. Once it retests, it enters the hidden supply zone, which is the medium supply zone, because we have the bigger supply zone there. It tapped down. Ndo patakatanga kwanachi ma strong selling momentum. So what am I trying to teach you guys? I'm trying to teach you that whenever you're trying to analyze the market structure shift, you move from the left side to the right side. You don't move from the right side to the left side. The left side tells you what is going to happen to the what? To the right side. So this is how the market moves. This is how the market makers tends to move. Where when they were on uptrend on the left trend, it means to say on the right trend, they are supposed to cover that gap to create downtrends. So there are proper confirmations which are made, which are the point of interest or high probable setup. High probable are positions whereby huge pending orders of supplies or demands. Supplies, they push us to get sales, or high pending orders of demands, they push us to get buys. That is where we can call a high probable point of interest, and high probable plus point of interest. So this zone it's called a supply zone, but we can create it as a mitigated zone, because once we tap that zone, we are supposed to get a huge volume of sales. That is what happens in the market structure shift. You don't just analyze from a point, and then there's what we call top-down analysis. You just analyze from day one, then you go to H4, then you do your day one weekly. You say weekly, day one, H4, H2, H1. Then you come up with a whole comprehensive composition of how the market is moving overall. That is what we call the top-down analysis. Let's say I've analyzed the 2-hour time frame, then I see there are sales there. Then I've analyzed the 1-hour time frame, I see there are sales. 2-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, sales. Daily time frame, do my buys. Weekly time frame, do my buys. It means to say, you as a trader, you are a retail trader. If you want to take my buys, you are going to be a biggest swing trader ever, but depending on your equity. So you can't trade my swing buys, your equity yako iripa. We can't trade my swing buys a weekly, your equity yako iripa 200. You need to focus on what? On 2-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, and it weekly time frame and daily time frame. Yeah, they are buys, but you work for now focus up on my sales or 2-hour time frame and 1-hour time frame. That is what we call top-down analysis. You don't just enter into a trade based on what you are focusing on, but it's based on how your equity is probable in the, how do you have the equity, how much equity do you have in the market. So that is what happens in the market. It's very critical. These people don't always tend to see how the market reacts. That was the same volatility I gave you yesterday. It was on a swing, but it retraced a little bit. But right now you can actually see where the sales, where did I get the sales? That is where from within that range of supply zone. If I can zoom, you can actually see. So I'm saying firstly, we have this zone whereby it didn't break out the trend line, but it break there, you can actually see. So that is a proper confirmation that sellers have stepped in. But if sellers akangoramba ari within this zone, zvinoreva kuti havasati vaita step in. Why? Because they are moving within the market sentiment. Varoramba vachifamba imomo handiti. But pavano break up this trend, it means to say they've come up in huge bulk. We call it a bulk order, and it confirming that sellers are pinned. So when you see this, it means to say sellers are there. But the reason why you see the sellers up, akatanga ku reject here. I told you move from the left side to the right side. That's why you see there. This is a high probable. I call it a high probable plus point of interest. High probability of we sellers getting to be stepped down by buyers. Why? Because you have reached a zone whereby we are going to get more buys. Are we getting the sense? So it's more like it's a fuel station whereby hausina fuel, but wasvika pazone rekuti wakwanisa kufuel kuti uwane mabuys. So that's also which is happening here. If you can check, it's a high probable plus point of interest again, whereby supply manje. Yes, because in the supply, in the demand. That's why you see takabateta step in and it and one sense. Also, can draw a trend up. You can confirm that sellers have stepped in again, because once you see this move, you see a break, then they are trying to retest again on a small short high probable or small short supply zone. So if you draw an outside trend line, you see there it's trying to connect. So it's a continuous reversal pattern. That is what is actually what happening. So this is what we call market structure shift. I'm just trying to help you on the position of market structure shift. Are we getting the sense? So this is your trading plan. Inenge yava trading plan yako. So what you need to do is you just need to get rid of